guys, it's Amika Coleman with Tax Deed and Overage Education. My company is called Leverage, and today I want to talk about literally the bullshit list out there, y'all, okay? Because honestly, this video is going to give you some insight on what to look for in these lists, but I also am going to rant a little bit because when I tell you I am up to here with dealing with lists, and if you're new to this channel, I'm talking about overages. It's, in my opinion, the only thing you can do in real estate where you're not putting up a whole bunch of money to get a big return. And so one of the most important things about overages is finding the leads and finding good leads. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. When I first started, I would get a list and, it would have like 100, maybe 200. And of course, I would only go for the big ones, from the 6-figure to the 2-figure to like probably my max would be like, 20,000. And then all the other ones I would just leave and wouldn't uncover. And experience has taught me that, it's better to find lists that they've been redeemed or not. And you'll see a couple of my videos where I was like, you can't find any list, they just give you the list. And this is true, but it's also not true anymore because I've been digging deep and really taking my time and looking into different counties, different states, because the states that I've been utilizing for my bread and butter, and what I mean is I know how much I'm gonna get paid, I know when I'm gonna get paid. Of course, I wouldn't tell my students that, I wouldn't teach that in the mastermind. Those were for me to only eat. And now I'm finding out that, okay, now I gotta go eat somewhere else because the overages aren't as large. But I'm sorry to get off the topic. Let me talk about what is important. And the importance is knowing the type of list you're getting. Number one, when you do get a list, you want to ask the county, is this a net or is this a gross? Meaning, is this what the person will get if I submit a claim, or are there going to be fees deducted? Have all liens been taken away? That's one of the things you want to know on the list when you're getting a list. Number two, I started ranting off is when I first started, I got a list. I was researching, doing all this research on like 50 leads to probably find out that like 30 or 40 of them were already redeemed. Now that's a lot of freaking work. And so now I'm teaching people, as I'm talking on this video, is to find lists that they actually let you know if they are redeemed. And that's what leads me to this video, because I've been getting some, quite frankly, excuse my French, some bullshit ass list. And if you go through some of my videos, you'll see some of the resources that I used in the past. And honestly, they have sucked lately, like really sucked. And what I mean by sucking is you get the list and it's not an updated list. It doesn't tell you all the information. Some of them have been redeemed, or some of them aren't even excess proceeds. So number one, you want to know if it's gross or net. Number two, you really want to see if you could locate and find lists that they'll tell you if they're redeemed or not. And I'm finding out that this is probably better for people that are new to this industry as opposed to us veterans. But even me, like now I'm like, if there's counties out there that's going to tell me if it's redeemed or not, I'd rather go with those than the ones that just give you this blanket list. So beware when you're going out and you're getting these lists. Like one of my students that decided to join, they were like, yeah, I'm paying this company $300 a month. And I was like, okay, well, give me some of the lists. And I was like, half of these lists aren't even valid. So another thing is too, you want to know when the redemption period is, like how long can you collect on these, because these companies, all they're doing is really providing you information without understanding the ramifications behind them. Like, are they current? Are they just giving you the tax sale results? Are they giving you updated? Are they giving you the net? Like, there's so many different things. But what I really wanted to say is that lately, out of all the companies that I use, and I only really use like one, I'm finding that I'm going to result back to my old ways. But I'll say this. I do still use the platform to locate or look up counties, but I'm realizing that that's still even a waste of time, because you could Google that. You could be like, give me all the counties in Nevada, or give me all the counties, and then just go that way. So I'm starting to figure out, I'm probably like wasting my money at this point, paying for resources and tools that I have to go out and get anyway. So anyway, I want to say, I really wouldn't waste time on some of these companies and providing lists because you don't know if they're accurate or not. And I am now going back to my old way, which is just contacting the county and looking up on the county. And I'll tell you guys this interesting story. There's this one county that they do not provide the list. They do not have the list online. It's not public, but there is a Freedoms Act where you can actually request the information. And so I had to pay, but I did request the information and I got the information. And quite honestly, I feel like that list is bullshit too. But what I do like about the list is not everybody knows how to go get the list. It is a 5-year redemption, and it does take time, and they make you jump through a lot of hoops. But if you think that there may be a lot of 6-figure claims on there, then it's worth it. So I just want to encourage you and empower you. Like I said, every time I find out something or every time I discover something, I'm going to share it, of course, with my community and kind of like tell you some of the things that I go through. Like right now, I'm going through bullshit ass lists and it's like really frustrating. And so now I'm going back to square one, and that is contacting the county. I put up a video the other day about how sophisticated some of these counties are becoming. And now, as I do more and more research, I spend like at least 4 hours a day looking into new counties and finding the best
Join our
counties
mastermind
to work. And what I mean by best counties to work, number one, it saves me a lot of time and energy if I could find a county that's going to tell me if the claims have been redeemed or not. That cuts down my research time. It cuts down my costs, my energy, everything. And so now I'm only going to focus on counties that tell me if the claims have been redeemed. And if you think that there aren't any counties out there, there's a lot. I actually discovered like 5 today. And the whole moral of this video and the story is don't waste your time and money looking at getting services. I was looking at shortcuts in the beginning, and I guess I don't know if it's like the service or the county's just not providing. I don't know what's going on, but the last 2 months have been horrible, you guys. Like, I'm like, why am I paying for this service? Like, I'm finding better information just researching the county myself. And I say that all to say, I guess, you know, that's the universe saying, Mika, don't be lazy, because I have pulled like 10 lists from the resource that I use and I didn't find anything, then I had to result back to, you know, doing it the old school way, like contacting the county, looking up counties. And I guess that was the universe saying, don't be lazy, go find it. Because now I had to, because the resource that I didn't have, I had to go back to the old way, but the old way taught me some new things. So like now I'm like, I need to stop paying for that service, because now I found like 5 different counties. And at the end of the day, you guys, what I want you to realize and get is that a lot of times in tax deed overages, and I'm specifying tax deed overages, is that it does require a lot of research and it does require time. And I'm not going to say a lot of time, because once you get some good claims, you just focus on those, and those will require probably an hour or 2 of research. But you literally are just texting, or you can use my automated system where you're automating the text, and it doesn't really require that much time after you've done the research. So I'm just going to encourage you and empower you to take the time, do the research, and find it on your own, as opposed to using some of these companies and services, because a lot of times they aren't accurate and you could be wasting your time and energy. And as you know, I'm pushing my mastermind because I see a lot of better results. Is if you don't have time to do any of that, you could join my mastermind, where I pretty much do most of the work for you. You don't have to look for a county. You don't have to do the research. I pretty much lay out the foundation, and I am teaching you my system. So in the mastermind, for those that are wanting to be hands-on learners and learn my system and my process, I would suggest joining our mastermind. Click the link below and have all the information on the mastermind. And happy investing, you guys.